I messed it up.
Well, welcome to the PlayStation Plus podcast. Max boomered it, so yeah.
Oh, should I try again?
Yeah, well, take two.
Wait.
Really professional around here today, guys.
8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0.
All right, there we go. And I have to unmute people.
Oh man. Okay. Well, this is great. So
PlayStation Plus podcast episode 29. See how professional, Griffin. You left YouTube and you see how much how professional I've got.
Oh my god, that's amazing! Great intro.
This is Griffin. He's tiptoeing back into podcasts and stuff, or maybe just seeing where it goes, having some fun. He recently got a PlayStation 5. How did you do that? That would be an interesting way to start. What was your secret? How did you do it?
So there's various accounts on Twitter that track stock, and there was a rumor that Walmart was going to stock 2 Thursdays ago at noon Pacific. So at noon Pacific, I just went on and bought one. I had no issues at all whatsoever.
So I had lots of issues.
Yeah.
I only got one by complaining on the internet, and a fellow video game YouTuber, decided to sell it to me.
Oh yeah,
yeah,
that's
and
cool.
He's more in the retro. Cyrus Martin, one of my best friends now.
And you think it would have shut him up, but it went the opposite direction. Now he just brags about it. He's like, "Oh, I got to go play my PlayStation 5."
Yeah, it's a lot of fun. There are problems though.
Yeah. Mine has a slight issue.
Oh, it does?
So yeah, when I turn my console on and I have a disc in the drive, it buzzes really loudly for like 2 minutes or so. But I heard that if I pop the bottom plate off and then tighten the disc drive a little bit, that'll stop. I just haven't gotten around to it yet. So.
Okay. Well, hopefully it's not a big deal.
Yeah.
This is Griffin's channel. Go check him out. He's always invited here. Saggy. Eddie, how are you doing, bro?
Fine.
Okay, that's great. Thanks, Eddie. Hey, Brian. Hey, Rhea in the chat. PS5 secured. And we have... this is not clickbait. I've been having some problems surviving the PS3 apocalypse. I know everyone was talking about the C-bomb, the battery inside that. I've been going back because of the rumors that they were going to shut down. So I've been going back and connecting my PS3 to the internet, the PSV Vita, and trying to get games that I bought in the past on so I don't have problems. I've been having all kinds of issues. Remember back in the day, remember when you always had to restart your router and you always had errors and stuff?
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm just saying it might have been my PS3 because I have no problems with my internet. As soon as I connect that shit to my Wi-Fi through an Ethernet cable, I get all kinds of errors. All my Roku stuff. Like, you have to reset. You have no internet every single time I connect it.
Yeah, because literally your PlayStation 3 is connected to your Wi-Fi, and your Wi-Fi is like, ew, what the hell is this ancient thing you're trying to connect me to right now? I don't like this, and your Wi-Fi doesn't know how to handle it. Because you have to remember, they stopped giving updates to that console, so the console can't handle... Like the technology now isn't compatible anymore. So yeah, you're going to have hiccups. Like that's the same thing with phones. Every time, that's why they tell you if you have an older iPhone that's like a few years old, don't update it because the updates aren't meant for that phone. They're meant for the newer ones, but because Apple's kind of like, well, we don't care. We're just going to do it across the board. That's what screws up your phone. So what the PlayStation 3, I'm not surprised. Like your Wi-Fi is looking at it like, ooh, what is
the first
I don't work that slow.
I don't even know.
This is not clickbait. I wasted so much time. The first issue I had was when you get the newest PS5, it says 2-step authentication where it gives you a thing to your phone. That shit doesn't work on the PS3 and Vita. So you try to get on the store and it's like, nope, nope, wrong password. I'm like, this is the right password. And it doesn't even tell you why it's not working.
But that's like I said, it's because the PS3 isn't compatible with new technology. So if you're trying to use it with new technology, it's gonna be like, no, I don't know what this is because it's outdated. So you
But it took me like 3 hours to figure out how to even turn it off because I went on every setting on my new systems. I'm like, where do you turn this off? I see it's on. It says it's on. Where do I turn it off? I have to go to a PC to turn it off.
Hello, this is customer support. Did you try to unplug it and then turn it back on?
Yes, that still asks for the authentication. Yes,
right, but that's what I'm saying. Like PlayStation, they do now that the newer systems are out. It's all across the board. They don't care about the previous consoles, so they're not going to keep updating them. So yeah, you can't do authentication on PlayStation 3, but you still need authentication for your account if you're using the same account that you've had since the PlayStation 3, because that still moves over.
Okay,
but
so I got that, and then the next thing is, PS3 controllers suck.
Well, duh.
No, PS2 controllers are much better.
Yeah,
I tried to turn it on with the, I plugged it in. It wasn't recognizing the controller. It wasn't syncing. And one of them's dead. And I kept them in a nice secure area. They just die over time. Forget about the C-bomb. You're gonna have to figure out something else with your controller.
Cyrus Mark, you stop that, Cyrus. I see you in the chat trying to throw shade at us. You people are crazy. PlayStation is perfect. I refuse to support this hateful campaign of slander. You know what? You know what I got to say about that? Then why did you betray PlayStation by selling it to Max here?
Thank you, Cyrus. Thank you, Cyrus.
I see you, Cyrus. Don't be throwing shade.
So that's the next problem is your controllers. The PS3 controllers. I mean, maybe Griffin, do you just move on when you get to the next gen? Do you sell the old stuff or do you keep it or what do you do?
I don't know, honestly. I mean, I'm going to keep my PS4 for sure. Probably just use it in my bedroom or something like that. But I don't know. I mean, I'm a pretty casual gamer myself.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, I just kind of play whatever I feel like. But at the same time, I don't remember selling my PS2 when the PS3 came out. So I'm not sure.
I would recommend people to keep on to their PS4. And that's one major problem with PS5.
Well,
yes, you could play it. Okay.
I have a question for Eddie. Because Eddie plays Xbox.
I would recommend people.
Who's that feedback was crazy. Eddie, since you play Xbox, did you have the Xbox 360 and you have the Xbox One? Like, the controllers? I don't remember because I don't think I ever tried it, but can you use the Xbox 360 controls on your PS1 or your Xbox One?
I never tried it.
Yeah, I never tried it either because that was something I was thinking because we were talking about the controls, but I'm like, I was wondering too if the Xbox controllers were better as far as cross compatibility with like the Xbox 360, if you could actually use it on the Xbox One, because that would be actually pretty interesting to know, because I never even thought of that.
Well, that's where you have to get devices that let you play controllers on other systems. If you are saving your older systems, get these devices. I'm going to have a separate video on my whole experience. I might do like a mini part pre-recorded series on my experience trying to save my old games and keep them up to snuff during the PlayStation apocalypse. PlayStation 3 apocalypse.
I do feel
because
bad
there's lots of issues. There's lots of issues besides the C-bomb.
Right.
And I want to maintain it. I also recently secured a GunCon 3 that does work on LCD TVs for 3 games. Time Crisis and I forget the other name. There's 2 games on the Time Crisis disc, and there's another game that use it because I love light gun games. There's just, but the connecting to the store was a problem. Then actually moving anywhere with the controller, I hate the PS3 controller now, and I liked it at the time. It just does. There's so many issues with it.
Of course,
so I have
at the time.
I have a
It was
device.
new at the time.
I have a device that lets you play PS2 controllers on the PS3, and it just feels so much more solid. It still has the rumble. It's wired, but that's a device that's going to be on my guide, is get this if you want to keep your PS3, because these controllers are going to die a lot quicker than the C-bomb, the C battery in the actual machine. and then you're not going to have any. If you don't have another way to hook it up, you can't even turn it on. You can't even play anything.
I mean, the PS. I don't know many people, Max, who still have the PS3. I think at this point, a lot of people have moved on to at least the PS4.
I'm looking right at it.
What are you looking at?
On my PS3. It's in my closet. I don't use it.
Yeah, it's in your closet. Exactly right. It's in your closet.
Well, there's a reason.
Exactly.
There's a lot. Like if you're in the shmups, there's a lot of PS1 shmups on the store that are going to go away. That I don't want to buy physically because they're like $300. They're $6. That's a reason to connect. If you're really into a certain genre.
Hold on, Geeks with Cash. You still have your PS3. Again, where is it? Is it set up, or is it just like is it chilling with Brian's PS3 in the closet?
Well, mine was chilling in the closet too, and this is what I experienced.
Y'all
better.
What I did though is I knew I was not going to have internet for a while, and PS4 was kicking along. So what I did was I found all the games that I wanted to get, and I put them on my PS3 before that happened already. So like you're talking about it now, I'm like, I thought they did this years ago. Like,
oh, so what is it? Decoration at that point? It's just it's hooked up and it's just chilling there.
Well, no, because I was playing it up till last year. I mean, I didn't.
There's some great games on there.
I'm borrowing the Xbox basically.
See,
someone said Geeks with Cash, the link in case he wants to pop. I always forget him in the group where I send the retro guys.
Wow,
no, and I shouldn't because he's great.
Wow, you exposed him. Like, yeah,
no,
I forget about you. Dude.
No, I not intentionally. I don't want to. That's my, me. Me. It's nothing's intentional.
You hear
send
that?
it to him.
He said he forgot you.
But that's the major problem with the PS5, though. News for you. Yes, you could play PS4 games on there, but you're gonna run out. It's not worth it. Don't keep your PS4 because your room is depleted fast with storage.
I just wish. I wish PlayStation took the Xbox route with the cross compatibility, or backwards compatibility. Because like with Xbox, and like I said, I know. I think Brian, you have Xbox too, right? So Brian and Eddie know, like you guys can still play like Xbox 360 games and Xbox One games on that. So they're really good at making sure that you can still play previous console games. But for some reason, I don't know why Sony doesn't get on board with that, because if they really want people to get the new consoles, they have to allow us to be able to play the previous, because that would make the most sense. That's why I would say I'm surprised that with this launch between PlayStation 5 and Xbox, the new Xbox series, that Xbox didn't do better, because they still allow cross compatibility, where PlayStation was like, nah, we're just gonna release this and you can't play your
Hey Nick, that's an awesome shirt.
Hey, thanks. Give me a second here. I gotta get my headset and all that flipped over.
Okay.
There are so many games from my childhood that I'd love to play in my PS5, like PS1 games. Can you imagine? That'd be so great if they would make that compatible.
Well, I've bought some recently on the store. I bought Gex, Rayman, and I want to get Tomba. Is it Tomba? Nick, do you know what I'm talking about? Tomba 1 and 2?
Yeah, I vaguely remember those. I don't think I ever played them.
You should get them now, because I went to the game store and Tomba 2 was there for $120.
Oh my god!
On the resale store. No, they're rare. They're rare.
Thank you.
You just blew his mind.
No, but that's why I'm like, I'm more about
this brutal.
Yeah,
Wait.
So there's some good. There's a lot of games on the store that are like that. They're $6, and then you try to get a physical copy to play. They're over 100. Oh, most of them.
I have a question for my Xbox players here. When I was talking about cross compatibility, can you guys still play Xbox classic games on the new ones, or is it only up to like the 360 and more?
I think they have some original Xbox games that now you can't put the disc in. I don't think, but they put them on the store through like Game Pass and stuff, and you can just play them.
Yeah, you can stick the disc in too.
Yeah, well, I was gonna say, I know that you can, if you have a physical copy of like a 360 game, you could have played it on the one. But I wasn't sure if like that was all the way back to the originals. Like if you had a physical Xbox classic game, like physical thing and just put it in your new Xbox if it would actually play or not. 'Cause I've never tried it because I started off with the Xbox 360, so when I got the other ones, I never really tried it either because I was just like, oh, I got a new console. Who cares about all these other games that I played already?
I'll be honest. I think at the time I had gotten rid of most of my original Xbox stuff too,
Right.
to be able to afford the 360 stuff. So I honestly don't know that I have any of my original discs. I think I might have one because I think I went back and bought. I want to say it's like Destroy All Humans and maybe Munch's Odyssey.
Destroy All Humans.
But I don't think I've tried putting them in to see if they run.
Yeah.
I figured I'd ask people who are currently because I after I had the Xbox One for a while and then I switched to PlayStation, so I didn't know if like for a while because I never tried these things. I'm like now I'm out wondering if we could because man, I do have to say I love my PlayStation, but man, the fact that you guys can play cross compatible on Xbox over and you can't do that on PlayStation, it's like why did Sony not pick up on that? Like that would have been a game changer for the PS5, at least for the PS5. If they came out with the PS5 and said, hey, we finally have backwards compatibility on the PS5, which they have the capabilities of doing.
You make more money when you don't. Look at Nintendo.
Why though? Because here's the thing.
Part of it is an architecture thing too.
But here's the thing. Look at Microsoft, right? Think about it. A new console launches when the Xbox One came out. It was probably the most expensive. Like it was high. Like at the time, what was it? Like $500, $700, $600 when it first came out. So obviously people weren't like gonna jump and rush to get it. There was no pandemic. Can't use that as an excuse. So like the fact that they came out with like Destiny. And that was a big game that was coming out on the Xbox One, but they still came out with the Xbox 360. Now, here's the thing. They could have gotten more units sold if they said, hey, you can use the old games on the 360 that you're still playing, and you could play that on the Xbox One. So you don't have to just stop what you're doing. Oh, I'm in the middle of a game. You could bring that game over to the Xbox One. That would have given me more incentive to be like, I'm going to get Destiny on the Xbox One, and I'm going to bring all these games that I've been playing for the last few years over onto that one. I don't have to switch my
For the most part, you could do that. They made it backwards compatible.
Right, they did, but that's what I'm saying. PlayStation should have done that because, especially during this time, because right now we have the pandemic, which was a bad reason for them to come out the way they did because not a lot of people had money because everyone was out of work for a while. So they should have given people more incentive to like, because like I said, what does a PlayStation 5 do that the PlayStation 5 doesn't other than the graphics are a little bit better? It's a little bit faster. Cool. If those things don't bother you with PlayStation 4 now, why would I spend all that money to get a PlayStation 5? There's no exclusive real games that I wanted to get for it. Make it backwards compatible. That would have been a better reason for me to be like, I will do that. That gives me a reason to do that. So I don't have to give up the games I have now. I can just transfer them over to the new thing and be completely fine.
Well, I see your point on that, but part of the difference on that is the way that they both designed their architectures. Microsoft designed their architecture like it was a PC. So when you upgrade your hardware, it's still more of a PC spec. Most of the libraries work moving forward because it's the same kind of architecture with the same kind of chip. When the PlayStation makes a new console, they always choose some sort of crazy-ass architecture, and it's radically different from their previous architecture. It's true. Look at the PlayStation 1 versus the PlayStation 2's architecture, then look at the PS3, and then the PS4, and then the PS5. The two that are closest are the PS4 and PS5, which is why you can kind of do backwards compatibility down to the PS4. The PS3 requires a bit of emulation. The PS2 requires a hell of a lot of emulation because it had the most bizarre architecture I think they've ever created. And that makes it difficult for them to make these things work, and they don't see the value in it. So they don't do it.
There is value in that, though. That there is value in making them the PS5 backwards combat. Because, like I said, the most of the reason why people aren't jumping to get a PS5 is because their PS4 still functions. For me, the thing that for me is like I still like my VR game. PS5 hasn't released VR yet. They're talking about it, but they haven't done it yet. There's an adapter
you get for free. I have it. But my problem is that, and I want to play my PS4 games on my PS5. It's just the storage problem. There's no real storage solution yet.
Wait, how much is the storage on a standard PS5?
Well, it's a terabyte, and you can use an external hard drive for your PS4
play the games off them.
And they recommend you do that for your PS4 games. Actually, they recommend that you not load them onto the main SSD because they don't really benefit from it.
But you can't play them off of. That's the problem.
I think you can. I think you're supposed to be able to.
We'll see.
No,
I have a 1
Wow,
terabyte.
that's screwed up. That was supposed to be their launch.
No, they
Yeah.
just did a firmware where you can actually even connect the external SSD.
Well, see,
But
I
they
haven't
didn't
tried
get
that
it.
yet, so I didn't know that was a problem. But that was my understanding is how that was going to work from launch. So that's a screw up on their
Well,
part.
my issue with the storage isn't that big of a deal because I have a ton of games. They give out the free games, and all I just do is like, if I'm not gonna play them, I could download them whenever I want because I already
too.
got them. But if I have all the games that I currently am playing, and if I don't have a game I'm not playing, it just stays in the store until I decide to like download
Yep.
it from there.
Yeah.
And then I'll just delete a game, and if I want to go back to it, I just re-download it. So that storage thing doesn't bother me too much because like I said, there's ways to kind of finagle that because I don't see it necessary to have an entire library of downloaded like physical copies. Yeah, that's why I still like physical copies because I like having like a collection of a bookcase of games. But as far as like digital downloads, like no, and that's another reason too I don't like digital downloads. Digital downloads for me are pointless for the most part because GameStop still exists, and I know people
Oh
have
wait,
their issues with
RJ
GameStop.
says,
What?
RJ, can you play them off it? Maybe I was wrong. Maybe I did fake news.
I thought you could, but I mean, you've said you've tried it. I haven't, so I don't know.
Maybe
Yeah, that's something that
Okay.
you'd have to look up. But yeah, no, I was gonna say like I know people have their issues with GameStop, but I've worked at GameStop, and the biggest point made was like, yeah, you're not getting a lot of money back for what you trade in, but you're at least getting something. It's not like you're getting nothing. And I like the idea of having like a bunch of games that if I'm never gonna play them again, I have the option to trade them in for a newer game or get money off of a newer game. So 60, like my PlayStation, I got my PlayStation Slim brand new, and it only cost me $80 out of my pocket.
I never trade in anymore.
Oh,
I get so irritated with GameStop at one point, offered me $2 and then turn around and selling it for $30 that I just said, screw it. I'll just keep the game.
Eddie again is saying what's wrong with us. They're widely available on eBay and Amazon for 1 to 2K. Go get them. Thanks, Eddie. Are you any interest?
Oh, PS5?
Griffin, are you? Yeah, on eBay for $1,000.
Wait, how much are they though retail? Like
500.
500.
Yeah, I'm not going to spend an extra.
Well,
an
he
extra
solved your
500.
problem for you.
Or you can get the digital one for 400.
That's,
Yeah, assuming you can get a hold of it, it sells for probably about 1,200.
Griffin,
I mean,
do you have any interest in VR?
Yeah, actually.
You do have do you have a PSVR?
Dude, I think it would be a great way to exercise. Like
It is. I do Beat Saber, dude. I love it.
Yeah,
I
that
need
sounds
do
fun.
some Beat Saber.
Although I did mess up my hand one time because I was fighting zombies and I was getting cocky, and then because the motion you have to do to kill them is like real. Like if you're
You
really
slammed your hand into something, didn't you?
I slammed my hand right into
I've
a
done
friggin'
that.
window.
I've done that. It hurts, man.
Oh, it hurt so
it hurts
bad.
so bad.
I was like, damn it. I was all into it, and then I was like, I think I broke my hand.
I did that playing Gorn. I was like swinging a mace around and slammed my hand into the wall. I thought I broke it for a second. It hurt
I did
bad.
too. I thought I broke mine too.
Well, let's
All
talk.
the games.
Let's talk about the next thing. So you actually have a PS5. Do you buy the games when they launch it for $70? Because Returnal just came out, and I'd like to get it.
I
but
think
can't-
some I
can't.
will and some I won't. Like Ratchet and Clank, I'll probably pay full price for. Returnal, I'm on the fence of because I don't. And this is me, one, not being huge into roguelikes, and two, them pushing me into like, well, if you don't have 2.5 hours, then don't play our game. And I'm like, what? I don't have 2.5 hours of free time half the time. I barely have enough time to like sit down and write something for 5 minutes, much less spend 2.5 hours trying to do a run in your game. No, just no.
Well, Griffin, since you're new to it, what's your plan for new games you want? Are you going to wait it out, or are you going to buy them right away?
I mean, to be honest with you, unless it's Star Wars, I probably don't care. But
Okay.
I don't know. I mean, there are some single player games that I'm interested in that aren't Star Wars, like Red Dead 2. I'm kind of waiting for them to re-release that for the PS5.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but I don't know. Aside from that, I mean, I guess it depends. Like, if it's a game that I'm super hyped for, then yeah, I'll probably spend $70 and launch. It's a bummer, but I'll probably do it.
I haven't paid full price for a PS5 game yet, mainly because of Cyrus, and then I bought Miles Morales for $40 at the game store, and then I paid $10 to get the remaster of the first one because I didn't play the first one.
Mm-hmm.
Returnal, I really want, but I just can't I can't do it. I could buy so many games for $70.
Yeah, I think Returnal looks cool, but I don't know a lot about it. So it did release.
Yeah, it just released. This in Ratchet and Clank. See, here's a boss battle. It looks legit.
Yeah, it looks like Destiny though. I don't know. It looks just like Destiny.
Yeah, it kind of does.
Yeah.
Some of the complaints I've heard is that you have to do like a long run, and you can't. There's no save point. Like
there's not.
And if you if you do something, put your console in sleep mode, and then there's a firmware update, it'll lose your progress, and you'll have to start over.
Oh,
Well, my
that's the
PS5
other
doesn't
thing.
work in sleep mode well anyway. I mean, I've had it shut itself off. And then when I boot it up, and it goes, oh, well, you didn't shut down properly. I'm like, I didn't shut you off at all. Why did you turn off?
Right, yeah. Yep, same here. I had to go and manually turn it off so that the console can't
RJ, what are you talking about? This literally looks like a hunter class in Destiny fighting a friggin' raid monster.
What is he saying? It looks amazing. I
That
think it looks amazing.
He says it doesn't look anything like Destiny. It literally, I played
think
the
it does.
crap out of Destiny, and it literally looks and feels like Destiny. It looks like a hunter class.
I think it depends on where you're at in the game and what section you're at. Because I mean, any sci-fi game is going to have similarities with other sci-fi games at this point.
Right,
I mean,
but the thing with Destiny, and I don't know if a lot of people know this, but if you didn't know this, but when Bungie had started the production on Destiny before Halo, the reason why Halo came out is because they just released it, but their primary focus was they wanted to make Destiny, and it was actually, if you look at Destiny, it was supposed to not be what it was. It was supposed to be kind of like a regular MMORPG kind of style game, but in first person. And then they kind of made it more sci-fi, because if you look at the names of the creatures, you got goblins, hobgoblins. You know, it was supposed to be kind of like a regular MMORPG, but then, you know, they were waiting for the technology to get better so they could actually release it. But it does look like Destiny.
Well,
I have mixed feelings on Destiny anyway. Sometimes I really love it, and sometimes I'm like,
I
weird.
loved it, but raids have traumatized me. Like, whenever I see a raid in Twitch, I sit there and I'm like, oh my god, now I'm thinking about the Diamond Destiny, the raids. It was like a whole day event. You had to get like an entire party together, spend hours getting it, and then when you finally beat the boss,
sounds like World of Warcraft to me.
Right, but here's the thing, I did so many raids, and it took me my 5th or 6th raid to complete that I finally got a friggin' exotic item, and I was so pissed. It's like, I done this so many times with people, and I never got anything, and I was like getting frustrated, and then I finally got something. It's like, I've never did a raid after that. I was like, I'm not doing it anymore.
Eddie has a nice point in the chat, even though he's on the panel. The prices are getting too high for games. Soon the standard price will be 90 or 100. And now with these studios, well, that's the other issue. If the standard's 70, they're gonna say the special collector's edition 90, 100, where you get the whole game. Or
how's that different than the PS4 generation? They were doing that there too.
No, it's not. I'm just saying I think it's going to start to affect game sales. I really do, especially with now if Game Pass, PlayStation Plus didn't exist and you only had $70 games, that would be a different thing. But I have a hard time justifying a new game anymore.
I'm sorry. I have a hard time with everybody freaking about this $10 price hike. You know, the last time we had a price hike was like 1995.
I don't know.
Legit. I did a video on this and went all the way back.
Well, there's
the
also
last time we had
other
a price hike, they bumped things up to
think
$60 was
now.
now.
No, Eddie has a point. Eddie has a point, because I remember the games when games. I remember the games were like $50. Well,
Yeah.
I remember the games were like $50, and then and then the next console came out, they were 60. Now they're like 70. So like Eddie has a point. It's gonna start
Every
getting
10
too
years.
high. Right. I'm just saying though.
And there's alternatives like
Well,
Game Pass and PlayStation
right,
Plus.
but here's the thing: it's been every 10 years, sure, but it's gonna come to the point. And then you guys are not even remembering. There's like deluxe and special editions where you can spend more money, and that's also a thing. But it's like
Right.
it's going to keep going up. The next console that comes out, yeah, I can see Eddie's making a point. Like, it's the next games, they're gonna be about $100 games. I'm not.
Well, to get the
I'm sure
complete
it was.
edition, they purposely take stuff out.
Eddie, don't worry. I will
This
buy
is
you
why the
$100
Amico
games.
is so important. No,
Eddie, I will buy you games.
I'm not going that route today, man. I'm sorry.
No.
It turns the crowd. We can't do that.
But no, I will say, Eddie,
but
Eddie, I will buy
what
you your $100 games. Don't worry
Griffin
about
said
it. I
he's
got
mainly
you.
in the Star Wars games. If he sees another game that sort of interests him, and then he sees 70 price tag, he's going, If it was
I'm gonna
60,
look at reviews for sure.
What's that?
People were
I'm
doing
gonna
that
look
with
at
$60
reviews.
games, and half the time when you're buying a $60 game, you're not getting the whole game anyway. You still got to buy either the season pass
I know.
or extra stuff, and it's an $80, $90 game anyway.
Right, but then your price point, it's all moving it up. It's just it's moving the wrong direction for me though.
Right. I mean, overall, you do have a point.
That as
though,
the
Max.
base price.
You do have a point though, Max. Xbox and PlayStation have been good. They went from giving like one free game away every month to 2. So, and then they also have like special sales once in a while. So, I mean, I would say that it's kind of fair to say there's a lot of games that they give out for free as well. So I guess that would kind of make up for that one game being $100, but they also give you 2 games a month for free. So I think it's a kind of good balance, but I still am with Eddie. I don't know how I'd feel spending $100 on one game unless that game's like something really, really amazing.
If you bought it like Griffin for mainly one type of game, and then you're like, I'm open to other games, and then Griffin, if you see 70 there, probably gonna not get it. But maybe if you see 60 or 50, that's gonna affect. I think that's affecting some sales. And Xbox hasn't raised their price to 70 yet. They haven't.
If it wasn't for the Game Pass, I would not play games. Like,
like I mean, you're gonna get more and more like that.
Well, here's the thing with it, and I know everybody in the chat's kind of pissed at me about the price point thing, but rarely does anybody ever buy anything on day one. And even most of the time when you buy it on day one, there's almost always discounts on it to where it's not actually $70. It's actually a little bit lower than that. Then 3 to 6 months down the road, or even 2 months, or even sometimes a month, the game drops by $20, $30, $40. Already out the gate. And then if you don't like that, then there's sales on Steam, there's digital sales, there's the game of the month. There are multiple games that were brand new launch games that got given away for freaking free on the PS5. Soulstorm was one of them. Demolition All-Stars wasn't, the Destruction Derby was another one.
Yeah, and I'm glad I didn't pay for that one because I was wanting.
There you go. And those are games that they've just like given to you as a player. There's all sorts of sales and deals and things like that that come into these markets, which is kind of why I got the physical version, because you get different physical sales than you get digital sales. That way you can take advantage of both of them, and you can save yourself a decent chunk of money depending on when you decide you want to jump into the game.
Oh my God, RJ, I wouldn't admit that.
The extra $10 is just. The cost of making these things has gotten so freaking asinine. It was inevitable that it was going to jump some. Yeah. The fact that it only jumped $10 is actually pretty damn good when people are putting 20, 30, 40 million into development of a game, and a lot of times not even meeting the sales quotas when they bring them out. Sometimes justifiably so, because the game is dog shit.
Right. By the way, I just want to clarify, Zeno, that is incorrect. I have not spent $100 on Apex Legends. If I could calculate how much I spent, it would probably be roughly around maybe $600 to $800 of Apex Legends. Listen, don't make that face, Griffin. Okay, listen.
God damn!
I hear you laughing, Griffin.
Listen. Every 500 loot crates you open, you're guaranteed a legendary item, and an heirloom. So, like, dude, I had to get my heirloom. I have 2 heirlooms. Listen, the first time I'm gonna say, I can brag about this. When Apex first came out, when they released heirlooms for characters, their little special items that they hold in their hand and stuff. It's a cosmetic, but I was one of the first.
Wow,
people...
Zena's coming to Jesus.
No. Yes, Jesus. I was one of the first players who got the first heirloom released without having it to be the way it is now, because now it's every 500 crates you open. I got it before that. So I was one of the first players in the game that got that heirloom. But yes, I have spent over like about $700-800 on
Wow.
It's kind of like why I don't play World of Warcraft anymore, because it was like every expansion that would come out like every other year or whatever would be like $60 right out the gate, and then like 2 months later it's $20 with the whole package.
With me, it was just the game was getting less fun with each expansion they added, and that was my big thing. Like raids were more and more work, because they made the resources harder and harder to gather. And then all the gear became all this randomized crap that they put on it. And it just became like too much. Like especially like Battle for Azeroth, where you had the
Yeah.
different levels of dungeons, and some of them were like, oh yeah, you kill these monsters and all these bombs pop up and like blow up and kill the whole party. I'm like, who made this? This isn't fun for me. I don't want to do this anymore. And then I just tapped out. I'm like, and I was glad I did.
Eddie made a good point that I was gonna touch on too, where he was saying that
Oh,
if
really?
if standard
Eddie,
titles,
you made a point.
yes, if standard titles are $100, how much are they gonna add for the special edition deluxe packs? But also, if standard games are $100 now, how much are they going to charge us? Don't forget about the DLCs and expansions for the games. There's DLCs that come out for all these games too now. I don't know any game lately that doesn't have a DLC or an expansion DLC. So if you're already paying $100 for a game, now you got to pay extra money too. Like, how much are they going to jump up with the DLCs for these games and things like that? So,
am I the only person that remembers the $200 Neo Geo games and the $700 console in 1990?
Well,
Am I the only person that remembers that? Am I the only person that remembers that Chrono Trigger was $80?
yeah, but that wasn't the general. The general public wasn't getting all that. Maybe Chrono
Super
Trigger.
Nintendo games were like $70 back in
Yeah.
the early '90s. I mean, and
N64 games were
the
easily
price
$70.
I'm not tripping on. I'm like everybody else. I'll go get them used at GameStop. I'll rake in on some poor bastard.
I mean, personally,
misfortune, you know what I mean?
this price jump wouldn't really bother me because I'm still an active GameStop person. So like, I'll still go in and trade in stuff to get money off of things. So it's like, that's what I said. As long as there's a GameStop, and again, I know what people say. They offer you $2, they sell it for $30. There's still business; they have to make money. But again, I still like that option of taking a game that I have and having a couple dollars off of a new game, because now that $100 game that I'm spending my money on becomes like
Yes,
I get it for $20.
This is the point I was trying to get to. Nick talks about most people not paying MSRP as they go on sale quickly. Still a rush on that game. They sell 100 to 500K. Our publishers, this is what I like. Our publishers encouraging buyers to postpone their purchase. I think it's becoming more of a problem now because of options. It's just like, why? I honestly, like, why would I spend 70 when it's possible this could end up on Game Pass or PlayStation Plus in a few months? Or even if it doesn't, it's going to be $20-30 cheaper in 3-4 months. The prices on games, unless it's retro, they reduce quickly in the current gen you're in, unless it's a small print run. That's the only exception.
Well, and that's why they're so big on selling you the DLC too, because if they sell the DLC and they don't release it to you immediately, then you have to hold on to it longer so that you can play all that.
But I think more than ever, I think they're going to start. My opinion is that they're going to start to see sales decline a little bit, and not as many jump on the 70 price tag.
Nick, we have it. I see. We have an accusation against you. We need to address the accusation that Cyrus Martin just said about you. So, do you want to address that?
That documentary's really funny, by the way. I don't know if I call it a documentary, but it's a great watch. You guys should totally go watch that video.
By the way, if you guys haven't, please subscribe to Cyrus Martin, Geeks with Cash. They make very great informative. I almost said informable. What? Informative videos.
It's a word now. It's fine.
They do make great videos. So if you guys want to know, especially if you're into older games and stuff, like retro games and things like that, they are the ones to watch for sure, because they do very good. And also watch my video on Cyrus Martin's reaction when he saw a PP on screen. So that was great.
I saw that. That was. I kind of want to unsee that, and I kind of want to unsee the replay of John's last stream. I'm like, how? How does this keep happening on your stream? Dude!
Alcohol.
You gotta vet these people.
Alcohol, that's what happens. But
Cyrus, I watched Saggy's video on Cyrus. That's hilarious.
Oh my god, I could not stop.
I watched it at
laughing.
work, and I choked on a pita chip. I was eating a snack.
How do you think I felt? I was sitting there editing the video, cracking myself up, laughing so hard at that, just editing it, because I was like, oh my god, he had the best reaction out of everybody that was there that night. I love Cyrus.
All right, so this is for Saggy. I found a VR trailer. This is for PlayStation.
For me?
Yes.
She's hyperventilating. I'm not sure how to handle this.
And it contains blood, intense violence, language, and sexual themes.
Ooh, I like that last one. Yes.
Amico.
I like that last one. Does that mean I could do some naughty things in VR? Ooh,
I
wait.
don't know if I'm keeping the volume on because
Yeah, don't do that. Okay, there's a lady. This is really good VR.
oh
This CGI?
no.
Oh,
She's
I was gonna say.
she's gonna put,
It's like this is really good graphics.
I need to hook up my. I thought that was the Stranger Things girl at first.
I still think it's funny how weird the PSVR looks.
Does this look good for VR?
I mean, Is it
I
supposed
mean,
to be
she's
scary?
not in
'Cause
VR yet.
I don't
But
do scary games.
No, she's in VR
she
now.
is.
I don't do.
This is-
This looks scary. Yeah, this looks scary. I don't know about this. Nope.
No,
Absolutely not. Absolutely
no,
not, sir.
it's a
No,
horror
sir.
game.
No, hell no.
Hell no. Hell no.
Hell no. Look at this. Hell no.
I'm not trying to play no
Did-
damn scary ass.
Did you
game.
ever try
VR, man? Are you out of your mind?
RE7? RE7 has a VR mode, I think.
Is there? Oh hell no. She looks scared as hell. No. Look at that. No. No.
Oh, that means it would be really good reaction.
Listen. I don't know. Nobody watches me on Twitch. I played Paranormal Activity in VR.
Yeah.
Okay, and let me tell you, I couldn't do it. I got to one part in it. I was having a hyperventilate. I was like, y'all got me effed up in this goddamn game right now. Absolutely not, sir. Not today. This is why
I
you don't
will
see.
send you super chats or whatever to do it. Twitch, whatever Twitches.
You're gonna have to listen. Listen, I'll tell you. Y'all gonna have to pay me to play these games because these games give me heart attacks. Like I was
Oh, I
gonna
don't want you to die, but I don't want you
freaked
to.
out. Listen, I freaked out playing the demo for Resident Evil 7 in VR, and I was like, y'all, I can't. The scary games, I can't.
Well, Griffin, you like horror?
Yeah, man. Look at my shirt.
Right. Does the horror games interest you? Horror VR?
Yeah. One of my favorite games is The Forest, and it's like a
Okay.
survival horror game that I think you can get on PS5.
Okay.
But I play on PC. So
Listen, I can do horror games.
Go man, Griffin. I do most of my gaming on PC as well.
I can do horror games when I have the controller and I'm looking at a TV. But y'all don't understand. When you're in VR, it looks different than what you see on the screen. It's not the same. So it literally is a whole nother vision, like for your eyes. So
Yeah.
you're really in there, and you can't look away. Like you can't
wanna
just
try
look
it.
away.
What do you mean I don't understand? I've got a VR headset. I've played plenty of
Yeah,
VR
y'all
games.
understand, but all the people did giving me a hard time talking about, oh, Saggy's a whip. Like, what you guys see on the stream isn't what I'm seeing, and you guys are giving me a hard time, like you being a baby. It's dark, right? I can adjust the lighting on my TV. I can't adjust lighting in VR, okay? But if it's a dark room, it's a dark room. They don't let you change that at all. There's no options. Some games have options. Most of the scary ones, no, they want you to be scared. They're not going to give you options to make it lighter so you're not jumping when there's shadows and stuff. No, okay? When there's creatures coming out the darkness, no, absolutely not. Y'all are just mean and you guys want to see me scared. Why are you mad at Griffin? Oh, yeah, cool. I mean,
I don't
I
know
know,
what to say to that.
I know the feeling, Cyrus.
Yeah. Well, let's just say this: Brian has more hair than Cyrus.
well, Cyrus is bald, but he has
now.
a very nice bald head. So y'all get me ranting and raving because y'all triggering me right now. You're triggering me. I played Paranormal Activity for you guys, and I was scared, and then y'all want me to play these scary games. Listen, I've said, hey, I'm gonna play these scary games. I'm gonna Twitch stream them, right? Y'all don't even show up. I don't want to hear. I'm calling y'all out right now.
I was about to say, that's
would
like
show
half
up
the
for
draw to
that.
people with these scary games is to watch people freak out playing them.
Right,
that's
but-
why half the people watch Subnautica is they see somebody get grabbed by a Reaper and scream like a girl. It's
Listen,
even funnier when it's like, a freaking bodybuilder guy that screams like a girl.
Well, since Eddie asked so nicely, yeah, I do have another retro topic. Thanks, Eddie. Everything versus.
What's
This. Do you know about this, Saggy?
I've heard of it. Everyone was talking about it. I know what it is. What the heck is this?
Yeah, I've seen this.
You play. It's a handheld, and now there's a console. It's about $100, and you get some old school games that, like, not Nintendo, not first party, not Nintendo, not Sega, but other third party games, and on cartridge form, and they're $20, and it's another option for retro. I am pre-ordering this day one. I have an Evercade.
Don't you
What
have
kind
the
of
mini?
games do you play on it though? Because it has bumpers.
It's got like Neo Geo games and stuff.
Well, now they're going to
It's-
start to do like 2D
What the
arcade
heck
games.
is this?
They've got all sorts of like different carts. They have about 20 games
Wait,
apiece.
what are you putting
It's normally in a handheld that you put them in, but now you can put them in here,
time.
and I think it
really
upscales
cool.
them to
I
like
want
1080i, doesn't it?
Oh,
Doesn't it,
Oh,
Max?
Wait, Earthworm.
oh wait,
the
Griffin,
original
you said you
Earthworm
like
game?
this?
Yeah, I want one.
Yeah,
I'm gonna look it up.
yeah, you could get the. Hold on a second. It's very,
what?
very,
Worms?
very collectible.
I love
Yeah,
that game.
I mean, I saw some games on there that I would probably get this for because they're like, games that
that's
I
how many
would.
games exist already. And now the Versus, they're going to start to do arcade releases on cartridge for probably $20 for a cartridge with a case and a manual.
Guys, wait, we can't talk about that. We're supposed to be a Miko Shield. We can't talk about the arcade.
So Eddie, what do you think of that?
We can't talk about the competition.
Does that change your mind about retro?
I don't care.
Oh, thank you, Eddie.
You don't
You
care
really-
about the Evercade?
You're right.
Oh, dude, Eddie Earthworm Jim was a great game. You would love that one. Oh, and what was that other one? There was an RPG
Okay,
style game. Was
Mr.
that
Technicality. Zeno. Yeah, Namco, 2 games. The Namco collection. They have to reevaluate the license so they can play on also the console version. But they should be able to get that resolved by launch. Thank you, Zeno. But the majority of the Evercade library works on the handheld and the console. And it's very affordable. Like some of these games, this is just an example where PlayStation Store is. And listen, everyone's like, "Oh, Sony said they're going to keep it up." Boy, we're sweating it out, but everything's okay now. No, games are just still going to disappear like normal. The companies that own the rights to those games, they're going to drop those games off the store as soon as they can. It doesn't matter. There's going to be a store there with nothing to buy. That's what's going to happen with the PlayStation Store. So everyone's like, "Oh, Sony reversed their decision." You get them now. Do not hesitate because there's already games that are $300 in Japan for shmups that I bought for $6, and in the Europe PS3 store is already removed. They already removed it there. You can only get it in the US and other regions. So do not hesitate. Get them now if you want to play them. Now, if you want the physical copy, I don't know what to tell you. Get a better job because $300 for one game physical copy. There's so many. There's so many games like that.
That's what got me more the emulation route than the physical route with retro gaming. Is I just dude. I got a mortgage payment. I got a car. I cannot.
You said you were lying.
I cannot afford
cash.
All those. I know, but the reason I have cash is because I don't spend $300 on a single title.
Okay.
Max over here
Fair
telling
enough.
people get better jobs. You gonna offer us better jobs, Max?
No, I said if you want that.
If we want that, but what if I want that?
Better
Offer
start
me a
hustling
job.
on them super chats, guys.
What's
Come
the
on.
most you've ever spent on one game that was rare or something? Have you ever spent more than since we were talking about prices? I know Griffin spends a lot on figures.
Yeah,
What's
I think
the most-
a couple of years back, I was collecting the original Star Wars titles for the original Xbox, but I don't remember how expensive those games were at the time.
Not over 100, right?
Probably not.
Okay. All right.
I mean,
Time to confess, Nick.
As
so you
far as
keep your-
figures, or
why
Yeah,
are
you-
you going to Nick?
You keep your cash. You say how much is the most you spent on one game to get for
on one
collection?
game? Well, I mean, if you count all the expansion stuff on Mortal Kombat, I probably spent about 150, 160 on that one because of the game. Since I pre-ordered it, I want to say it was like 70 or 80 and came with like the first season pass, and then each combat pass after that, I've spent like another 30 or 40 on that plus the Armageddon pack with that. So I'd say that one got up to close to 200 by the time you add it all up. I mean, it's not like Dead or Alive 6 money where it's like $1,200 for all the content if you buy all of it, which I would never do, but it's pretty bad.
Yeah,
I
no,
think-
the most I've spent on a single purchase for a game is like, I think it was like $120 but that was for like a special edition game. The deluxe ones, because you can spend the standard, but then you can get the one with all the DLC, special stuff, and exclusive stuff. I like those because they come with a lot of goodies.
Mhm.
So I would spend a couple bucks if I had it on like special edition games. Pre-order for special edition games because, like I said, they do usually come with stuff like posters or little action figures or little keychains or
Yeah,
something, and then they have those little exclusive deluxe edition items that you get to start off the game. And I like those.
Yeah,
Not
I think
limited
I
run
did that
games.
with the PS4 to get the Revenant statue for Doom, and then I actually turned right around and bought it on sale on Steam because the control was like a million times better on PC than it was on my PlayStation.
Do you ever buy the stuff from Limited Run?
Yes.
Their re-releases? Yeah. I've been buying the Star Wars games. When they
Okay. I got Pod Racer. I have the original on the Xbox of a lot of them, like Jedi Knight 2 and some of those
God,
I've passed.
The last Star Wars game I played, I believe, was the Old Republic. I think that was the last one I played. I liked it because it was fun, but man, Star Wars games, I can't. Like I tried that Star Wars Battlefront game. Oh, that was awful.
I got to get back into Squadrons. I bought Squadrons. That was the last one that I bought.
Battlefront game was awful.
And-
Those controls were confusing. They were bad. They were choppy. And then like I couldn't. I was surprised when I killed somebody. I was like, holy crap! I don't even know how I did it. I was sitting there like, how did I even kill somebody? I don't remember shooting anybody. Like that one was kind of weird. I mean, it was a cool concept. Star Wars and a battle like a Call of Duty style was good. I just when it came out for free, I tried and I was like, all right, this was not
Oh,
good.
wow,
I
really,
expected it
Eddie?
to be.
You're looking to get a PS5. Okay.
Really?
Yes.
For
Aw, welcome to the
$1,000.
dark side.
No, I'm not an idiot.
right.
Well, that's what you
Wait,
keep
yeah,
saying.
I
You say
wouldn't
it's
get it.
available.
Nah, yeah, but
it
he's gonna
is.
try to find it cheaper.
So the people who are willing to buy, I'm not gonna be a dumbass and buy one for $1,000.
Okay.
The only reason I got mine is because I managed to slip in a pre-order.
No, I wouldn't buy mine
Otherwise,
for
I wouldn't
1,000.
have one either. Not right now.
See,
There's
the reason-
different Twitter accounts that they post news about restocks and stuff. You should check those out because that's how I got mine.
Yeah, I want to say there's like hashtag PS5 restock or something like that.
Well,
or
I'm with
Yeah.
Eddie.
And then-
I'm with Eddie. I'm not
Yeah.
spending $1,000 because number one, I'm not giving extra money to somebody who clearly is a scalper. Like, let's be real, because that's why I'm with Eddie on that. I ain't spend no $1,000. I'm not giving you money because you bought an extra one because you want to charge me extra money. Get out of here.
It's true. Even if you do buy one for a standard price, you see all these people on the internet saying that even the people who are supposed to freaking bring you them with UPS or them, they're stealing them themselves. So F that. I'm just
Right,
going to
right.
something else to get it.
Dude,
Yeah,
I was
my-
a nervous wreck when mine got delivered because that's right around the time that UPS drivers and FedEx drivers were
Ouch.
stealing the damn things.
Right.
I was
That's
a nervous
why,
wreck.
That's why when
No
Eddie was
joke.
like, you can find out 1,000, I'm like, I'm with 100% with Eddie with that. F that. I'm not giving you scalpers extra money. And then on top of that, like, nah, I'm not going to have you ship it to my house and have somebody take it. Hell no. Get out
Yeah,
of
you
here.
look like you're a dumbass times two if that happens. To be honest with you.
Right. I just want them to come back in stores. Like that's why I was telling people too. I'm like, listen, you don't know what these people even did to that PlayStation 5. Like there are people out there who have the means to like add some kind of software, program or hardware in there, and you wouldn't even know.
Yeah,
You know?
and there's been some videos on YouTube. Yeah, pay for it, and then when you open the box, it's a fucking toaster or some shit.
Honestly, the UPS drivers were doing just that, man. They were pulling
Yeah.
the systems out. They're putting like toasters or something that felt the same weight, and they'd leave that on the doorstep. And so you'd open it up, and you'd have a shiny new $500 toaster oven that was worth $15. Like,
Wow.
no, he's not even kidding. That was a
Cyrus-
legit thing.
Right.
He's too late. He's too late. We became friends first. Sorry, Eddie. You'll have to
I
wait.
made a bunch of videos on it on my channel saying people replacing it with dog food, fucking.
No, he's not kidding. That's
I'm not kidding.
absolutely happened.
That would benefit. That would be a benefit for like Max though, because he has dogs.
Yeah. No, I wouldn't. I'd be pissed if I got dog food.
But
instead
no,
of
like
PS5.
I said, it's like crazy because like I said, we don't know what people have done. Like people could put in some hardware that kind of steals your information or things like that. I would not feel safe buying it from somebody I don't know. Because I'm like, dude, you could have been one of them dudes who opened it up, put some kind of program in there that kind of once I connect to the internet, boom, now you have my credit card information.
Rhea, why are you talking about kitchen appliances? This is a PlayStation podcast.
Well, we did
What?
mention toaster ovens.
Okay.
What do you mean?
So,
You
so
got a
that's why.
Yeah, you got a toaster oven PlayStation 5. It's a special edition. It's just a
I
it
mean,
looks like a toaster.
that's
You
full
can cook
circle,
your
but
pizza and play video games with it, guys.
That's what
Come on.
maybe all you're gonna get. The PS3 in a few years.
It's like that
it's a
the
heating
KFC
device.
console, dude. What do you mean? The KFC console. That was amazing.
Just be the ultimate troll and ship them.
Well,
Is that
You know
thing
what?
actually gonna materialize? Because I thought that was an April Fool's joke, and then it just kept going, and I'm like, "Are you guys serious? Is this a thing?"
I don't listen. If they said that if it was like a pizza rolls or hot pocket the thing, I can believe it. But like, who's sitting there playing video games? Like, I want some fried chicken right now. Like, I've never wanted
Anyone who's
fried
played a video game's wanted some fried chicken.
I've
What are you talking
never,
about?
no, I've never been playing a video game and been like, I want some chicken right now. Like, no, like pizza rolls and hot pockets, sure, but
And you're
chicken.
not doing it right.
You're out
Okay,
your
go
mind.
go to Guns and Dungeons channel and sub for sure.
Thank you.
Nick, if you haven't, because you just came on the panel recently. Give him a he's coming back to YouTube. He's dipping
Zeno.
his toes back in.
Zeno, I'm gonna need you to back off my wife. I don't need.
Yeah,
I don't like.
they
you.
are
Don't
actually
be
getting
talking to
married
her
this
like
month,
that. Yeah, we're
reference.
getting married this month. Don't be coming at my wife in chat. I see you, Zeno. Don't be telling her to come back down to earth. She's an angel. She doesn't need to be. She doesn't need to be down to earth because she's an angel. So mind your business, Zeno.
See, Ray is making chicken tenders.
There you go. Yeah.
See?
Yeah, chicken tenders, sure, but like who's eating a chicken wing or a chicken thigh while they're playing games? You know how greasy that is.
Yeah, I hate people.
You ever had KFC?
Use my controllers with grease.
Right.
I try not to do KFC anymore. It's nothing but grease. There's no chicken
But
left.
That's I don't like people coming over with greasy fingers.
Well, no, here's the thing. KFC, the only thing good about their chicken
My
is like the
controller, I'll do
skin.
what I want.
The skin is the only thing about KFC that's good. Don't touch Brian's controller. It's all.
Is it
We
really
lucky-
grease or?
I was gonna say, we lucky grease is on there. Okay? Far worse.
PlayStation Plus After Dark.
Oh yeah, I sort of started it going that direction. Sorry guys.
The last, what's
Okay,
the
no
last
worries.
start? Did you play Squadrons in that? I bought it, but I didn't really get into. You didn't get.
I haven't played it yet. I want to. I don't know why
I
I
messed
haven't.
with it a little bit. I need to really get back into it. It's what I played is
What
a
about
lot of
Jedi
fun. It
Fallen
reminds
Order?
me of
I-
X-Wing versus TIE Fighter and all
Yeah,
those.
I think I'm like Obi-Wan. I just hate flying.
No, I agree. Squadrons was messed up. It got confusing, and like I don't like the whole having to roll. There's too many controls. It gets me messed up. So,
I think
I
That's
agree.
what I loved about it. It reminded me of those old school games that I loved.
I can't do. I try to play a Star Trek game, that Star Trek Online game thing that they had, and fly. I don't do flying games. Anytime
Me
I have to
either.
fly, I'm like
That-
shit.
that's different though. I mean that one there, the controls are way different.
I'm
as
just
far as,
saying.
like, race
Listen,
battles go.
any game that involves me having to fly anything, it's like why?
Me too.
You don't. It takes me forever to get through because I can't fly for shit.
I could do that. That's what I was playing on my last live stream was Star Trek Online. So like
Nice.
I was just finishing the House Unite or House Divided storyline. So yeah, it's good times.
I don't even
Right.
remember where I was, but I just remember there's too much flying for me. I was like, this is awful. I kept crashing into stuff.
It's got a good
we
mix.
have a few people with PlayStation accounts that we could get a squadron together.
Okay.
Oh man, that would be great.
I don't think I
do
have
it.
it on like PS5 or anything like that. I
I
grabbed
have
it off of
PS4
Steam.
version. Okay.
I think it's crossplay.
Is it?
Listen,
Yeah.
listen. If you
But talk
guys,
to RJ. Where's
you-
RJ?
yeah, I know. If you guys do a squad thing, I'll be down. But y'all are gonna have to carry me for a little while. I'm just saying.
Oh, okay.
Me too. I'm
Brian
gonna be
has to head
terrible.
out soon
Right.
because he's
That's
got to
what the
work
alcohol
later.
is for.
Yeah, I got to get to
Brian.
work later, guys. Have a good night.
Bye, Brian.
later,
Much
man.
love. Bye.
Good seeing you, man.
Bye.
It's been a
Nice
while.
meeting
Take it
you.
easy. See you around.
Yeah, we could try to get something together with Star Wars gaming.
Yeah.
I keep meaning to do like Outriders with you guys too. I just haven't managed to hook up with you guys.
I just want to do an Among Us stream, but everybody always says, "Yeah, we'll do it," and then nobody
I
shows
don't
up when
like
I do
I
one.
would do it. I don't know what Among Us is, but I will do it.
I've
Among
got
Us
it.
is so
I just
fun.
never have booted it up to play it.
Well, I want to do it
And
with
I
like
need a date that works for everybody so I can make sure I can
My
carve
wife
out the time
plays
for it.
Among Us.
I
but
want
don't
to
know
do
how
it
much
with
I do.
friends because when you play with randoms, they don't really care like at all. They don't use their brain sometimes, so they'll just automatically like. I would literally be not. I don't like being the imposter just because I already know I'm gonna be accused of something when I'm
Eddie,
playing
you're
with
not
randoms.
interested in much. It's not a surprise.
No, Eddie watched me and RJ play it.
Okay.
I think Eddie would have fun, but it'd be fun because I like to. It's like a mystery thing. I try to figure out who was the person, and when you play
Oh.
with randoms, it's always like, no, it's always me, and I don't even do anything. I'll literally
Zeno,
say,
here.
So, what?
Dude,
What?
now we have to do it.
I finally remember. I finally remember my PlayStation ID. Yes, everyone, send me an invite, and I will add you.
Yeah.
Here it is.
Yeah, I'm gonna type mine in chat real quick.
Ank54. I was really in the avatar when I created my PlayStation ID back in the day, and there were a
Yeah,
lot of
everybody.
people. and yeah, it is 54.
Well, if people see, I started doing this thing. If
and then I
people
can't
wanna-
change it. I
Yeah.
have a problem changing the
you
actual.
can change it. I
Yeah, you
changed
can.
mine.
Yeah, me too. The other day.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well,
So-
you know I'm a boomer.
So if anyone wants to add me, well,
We're all
if
boomers
anybody
now.
wants
I
to
feel
add
like.
me on PlayStation, just hit me up on Twitter because I
Okay.
stopped posting my ID publicly because I've been getting random requests from people asking for a close friend request, which is a little weird. So I'm like, all right,
Yeah.
I'm just gonna I'll add you. Don't add me. I'll add you.
Okay. Yeah. All right,
Close
thanks.
friend request. I don't know you. Who are you? I don't even know who you are. You don't even have a picture. What's going on?
Just send me a friend request, Zeno.
Zeno, you do it because Max won't. Now, it took Max a while to remember to send me one, so trust me, it's you're better off just sending him one.
Yeah, when I get down the plane, I'm getting down the plane. I'm not.
What's worse,
don't-
squadrons or sand? It's all coarse and rough and irritating, and it gets everywhere. Oh dang! Shots fired. Cyrus Martin with that fire.
Sand. I like squadrons better than sand.
Well, I mean, my big thing with Squadrons is because I played TIE Fighter and X-Wing versus TIE Fighter back in the day. And it reminds me of those games. So that's what I enjoy about it. I could totally get that most people would not get into that game because it was a very PC-centric game at the time with a lot of controls to cater to that crowd. So
Well,
it's not
I
for
had
everybody.
this for Zod and me. I don't know, Griffin, you like Streets of Rage?
What's Street
What is it? Oh, yeah. I don't know. I've never heard of it.
It's a beat 'em up. You like beat 'em up games?
Yeah.
They have a DLC, Max Thunder.
I cannot wait for this to come out.
I'm gonna change. That's my physique too. I'm gonna change my name to Max Thunder. That's how I roll. Don't get me started.
Yeah, that looks fun.
we're the females that aren't getting beat up by the men in this game. Like
There's females in this game.
There's a female character.
This is just the DLC because he's a sought after character. They're bringing him back.
Yeah, what was
See,
it?
there's a
The
female
Estella
right there.
one? Yeah, her. She's the one I'm the most interested in playing. I thought she was really cool when they introduced her. The Estella character, the police officer one. And so I'm really
Yes, I have a Twitter.
keen to
account.
try her out. I think she'll be fun to play.
Wait, Louis, you didn't know Max has a Twitter? Well, that's because Max does this thing where he has a Twitter, but he rarely uses it
I'm not
outside from
set to
chatting.
private. It's not.
Yeah, it's public. No,
Oh,
his is,
Reyes
Last
says,
couple
I hate
times
you.
I've
What do
seen
you
Max
wanna-
on Twitter, he's been raging on somebody.
Ladies, what do you want me to say? I don't know. She was a female. Point me in the right direction, Ray. I don't know what you want me
Vagina
to say.
Warriors.
I
There
do
are
not
vagina
wanna
warriors
refer
in this game.
women as
I don't
John
know. Now I'm in
Warriors.
trouble.
I'm sorry. I'm out. I'm tapping out. Nope. Nope.
What? I didn't know what else to say. It just sounded.
There are women in this game. Okay.
Griffin got off cam on that note. He's like, I'm out.
I shouldn't have repeated what Saggy said. That was a mistake. Don't answer me. I've had
Flip
some
it.
moments. No.
Flip it. Exposed.
I mean, he said shemale last time. I remember.
Oh no! Don't say that. That was a mistake. I don't know.
Wow.
Eddie's gone. Griffin, come back. Don't be scared.
He said,
That was a really good shot by Eddie, by the way.
Well, no, that's true. Max told me the other night. He's like, yeah, the other stream, I meant to say She-Hulk, but I said She-Man.
Oh, God. I need to stop streaming.
Eddie just exposed.
Griffin's not coming back.
Griffin's like,
Yes,
nope.
Eddie, yes.
I don't need this PR.
Yes, Eddie, yes. So much yes, Eddie, yes.
That's what you get for what you did to me yesterday.
Ooh,
What did I do to you yesterday?
You timed him out like multiple times, man.
Well,
I was
he's an
there.
idiot.
out.
He's not.
You did do that. I called you. I said, well, did you just time out Eddie? And he's like,
You
I
did.
timed him out like 3 times in 15 minutes because that's
Yeah.
as long as I was in the stream.
Griffin,
yeah.
You better watch out later. I'm
Don't
gonna make a
listen-
video about it
don't-
too.
Ooh.
oh my God! Don't
All
listen
the
to
stuff
Eddie.
that they were
He's-
saying, and you timed me out for
I
saying
have no idea what you're
playground
talking
insults.
about. I had to run and
and
do something real quick.
Oh, okay.
What I miss?
Eddie's trying to get me in trouble.
Trust me, you don't want to know.
Oh, Snowdub's
Okay.
here. Whoops, wrong show.
Yeah, it's not the Tucker Roll show. Hi, Snowdub. I say hi to you. I'm waving, but you can't see me. Hi.
Since Griffin, have you seen Shredder's Revenge? Have you seen that?
No.
If you show
What is
another trailer, Shredder's Revenge, I swear to God.
I mean, that's like-
I love that game.
I'll
Though.
be
That
that-
game's gonna be awesome.
I know, but are we that dry on content for this podcast?
No,
that we have
but
to
he
see Shredder's
needs to
Revenge
know.
almost
This
every
is like-
stream?
This is like if you love old school arcade games. This is like.
Eddie, how many times have we seen Shredder's
Well,
Revenge?
Snowdub needs to see this too. Hey, Snowdub, take a look at this.
Oh, see? Eddie, how many times have we seen this, Eddie?
Dude,
I think like
hey,
5.
I don't like
Yeah, this is the
TMNT.
fifth time. The fifth
don't?
time.
No,
Why?
I just don't. I just never have.
Oh,
Can't get into it.
I liked you, and now I'm sussing now.
I'm on the fence now, Griffin.
I'm on the fence.
I thought we had a bond going, and
I know.
no.
We were going strong,
I'm
and then
very
he said, "I don't
disappointed in
like
you,
her."
Griffin. Why don't you like Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles?
I just didn't grow up with it, man.
Oh.
Okay,
I don't
that's
know.
fair.
You don't have
that's
to grow
fair.
up with it to get into it.
No. I would.
Dude,
I
they're
would
fucking
disagree.
turtles.
I
What is
would
there to
Those are
like about
turtles.
it?
Nah, Nick, I would disagree. I would feel like you'd have to grow up with
I don't
Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles to really appreciate it now, as in like our ages.
I don't know.
What's
They've had
that?
multiple different shows on like Nickelodeon and other stuff. There's been
Yeah,
whole other
but
generations that have grown up with it
Yeah, but
at this point.
yeah, but the old. I think the whole issue is like we like it because of the nostalgia of the original. Do you watch the new one? Because I think the new one's trash.
I haven't got Nickelodeon, I can tell you, but then
Yeah,
I barely turn
I-
on my cable box.
I've seen them.
So-
I've seen what they look like, and they look gross, and I don't like it. And even the movie was okay, but still, like it's again for us, we grew up with it, so it's like nostalgia for us when we see, especially like a retro game based on the Ninja Turtles, because we love the original retro game. So if I get why he doesn't like it. If he didn't grow up with it, that makes sense.
All right. Well, I think we kept it a nice hour. We want to keep it short, also because Griffin's coming back, and we're holding on to him. Saggy, we're not going to let Griffin go solo again. He says Griffin solo. We're not going to let him go solo again, right?
He
Saggy?
shall be mine.
Oh, okay.
Griffin,
What?
you might want to run, man. It's starting to get creepy.
Wait, hold on, wait. This is the make it or break it question for Griffin. Question for you.
Uh-oh.
Okay. It's make it or break it.
Don't ask Apex. Don't
No,
go there.
I wasn't gonna
Don't go
ask
there.
Apex. I wasn't.
I play
Okay.
Apex a little bit. I'm
Okay, all right.
terrible.
Okay, so that's
I like
good.
it.
That's a good start. But my biggest question for you: do you like bubble tea?
I don't know. I know I've tried it once or twice, but I don't really remember. So it must not have really left an impression. I think maybe the texture or something was a little weird, but I don't know. I just don't. I don't remember.
But you've
I don't
tried it.
remember.
And you're
You need a
disavowed.
good bubble tea.
No,
You need a good-
he's not disavowed. He tried it, so I like him.
All right,
because
I
he
got to
tried
change
it.
my settings, Zeno. I'll work on that.
He knows what it is, and he's
Hold your
tried
breath.
it. So I will.
I have
he-
tried it. I
Yes,
just don't remember what I thought about it.
Okay, well, he gets a pass. I'll turn him on to the good stuff because he might have had like a weird flavor or something. Because some people, there's too many flavors and stuff. There's Slush's version, so maybe he's got to get onto the milk tea, the green milk tea, and I think like yes, we're friends now, so
All right.
Okay.
we're best friends.
Okay, so that was episode 29. That was an okay response about bubble tea. She's gonna work on you, Griffin. You have to prove yourself.
Okay.
You had
Okay.
to become a bubble tea connoisseur in order
I
to stay on the
did have it
show.
last week because she kept talking about it, and my wife went out, and my wife always gets it. I'm like, all right, I'm gonna just try one this time.
Okay, but did you like it?
Yeah. I
See,
liked it.
he likes
I had a
it.
I had a peach bubble tea.
Oh, did you get the boba in it?
Yeah.
Did you like the boba?
Yeah, I sucked too much, and there weren't any balls left at the beginning. Of the I sucked the balls.
There's your clip right there.
I sucked the balls out of the straw too much, where I just had drank tea and no balls. There you go. Clip that shit.
Clip, I sucked the balls. Please,
I sucked
somebody-
too many balls, and there was nothing left.
There's
to
an even
drink.
better clip.
God damn it.
Oh, it
Ah.
needs to
The
be a
bubble
thing
ball.
now.
Look at Eddie's face.
I'm trying to make Eddie crack.
But trust me, I have a bunch of stuff just from the stream yesterday. I could click
Oh,
on.
get the hell out of here.
Eddie's
That's
face.
Eddie's last-
Eddie's face would Max
No,
kept
I
saying
mean-
I suck the balls. You just see Eddie's face
You-
like what the
you just
hell
I
But
is
remember
listen,
last time
viewers,
I put up a comic.
Get
he
your
was-
mind out of the gutter. I'm talking about Bubba balls. Boba.
That doesn't make it any better.
You're giving Eddie way
No,
too much
but you
material
have
right
that
now.
problem, Saggy. Sucking too many, and then there's just tea left, and there's no bubble balls.
Did Max just ask me if I have a problem sucking balls?
Yes, he did. He absolutely did. He absolutely did. That just happened.
No, don't take that the wrong way. I'm saying I'm actually trying to ask the question where you just have tea left. It's disappointing when there's none left at the end.
No, actually, to
I
be
think you need to stop while
while
that hole's only like 12 feet deep, Max.
Well, no,
I'm just
no,
saying.
To answer the question,
I should have ended 10 minutes
Well,
ago.
no. To answer the question, to answer the question, normally I actually have boba left over, so it's usually the liquid that's gone first, and then I have the boba, like a few bobas at the bottom. So no, I don't.
So I
get
just
all
sucked too hard. Yeah. Okay. All right. Bye, everyone. That was PlayStation Podcast episode 29. Go check out my man Griffin. Screw Eddie. This is the last show again. Every week. I don't know why you're here, bro.
Okay,
I'm
I'm really gonna go in with that video. Then.
Yeah.
Wow.
He told me to sick the other day.
You mean you
Nick-
already fired him twice? What do you mean you can't
and
keep firing
feels
Eddie?
like I think this might be the last one.
I feel
I
like
don't know.
Eddie gets fired.
Firing
now.
Eddie.
It's
No,
whatever. It's
no,
whatever.
Eddie-
What videos would
Eddie-
be? Oh,
no,
my
F
Eddie,
God.
everything.
I can't wait to
Eddie,
look after
hold
this.
on. As
Okay.
the co-owner, now I'm using
now I
I'm
gotta
using
go-
rank now. As the co-owner, Max cannot fire Eddie because it has to be a unanimous decision.
Max, what's your problem? All that shit you're talking about, what WB's doing to Ray Fisher and people of color. Look what you're doing to me, guy. What kind of
you're
shit is that?
doing that?
Wow, are we going to Ray Fisher
not
road?
about-
Really? Did we go there?
It's not about. It's nothing about. It's just that you're an asshole.
You try to take me out like 3 times already.
Max, I love the glasses, dude. You have to keep those on at all times.
We tried to
That's
get him to
just
keep
so
it
much
on.
better.
I gotta look him in the eye. Eddie, I've had enough, bro. Oh, all right.
Wow.
PlayStation
Go,
Plus
Eddie.
Podcast episode 29. Thanks for watching. Bye, everyone.
Bye, everyone.
Panel, stay so we can talk a few minutes and figure out what to do with